It has been a journey indeed. Nirvana in Fire episode 54 is here today, the final episode of the series. To say that I'm going to miss watching this show is an understatement at best. Stop blowing a freaking green screen. Freaking AC keeps coming on, blowing it. It's just one of those things, man, where you know you're going to miss something and you don't know how to react to it. You know what I mean? It's like, man, this show was so good. It was so good. Let's go watch how they wrap things up, man. Episode 54. I want to take this time out to thank you guys for everybody that came over, all of you guys that are watching from overseas, that are watching from whether you live in China, Asian community, all of you guys that have come to watch the series, those of you guys who are watching it for the first time with me and enjoying it as well. I thank all of you guys for that, because I really do appreciate it, because this series, it could have been 10, 20 people watching it, but we started to get a steady amount of people watching the show, about 100 views per upload. So I was really happy to see that, because when I started out to watch this series, when I promised it back in summer of this year, and I was like, I need to start watching this show, I went way back into the archives of the list that I have of TV shows, and I was like, this was suggested like way back. I'm talking about 2 years ago or more. It was suggested, and I never got around to it, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance and watch this. It was recommended by one of my most dedicated viewers on the channel, and it did not disappoint at all. And I was worried about how it was going to do on the channel, no doubt about it. I talked about it in the first episode I did, said I don't know how this is going to do on the channel, but I'm doing it anyways. Hopefully it's good enough, and it has surpassed my expectations by a lot. Can't wait to do the review at the end of this episode, so make sure you stick around for that. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you guys so much. Let's jump into it. I'll see you guys at the end for the review.
试验冤情已雪，后续的处置，不知各位有何想法？
首先，自然是陛下要明堂宣旨，昭雪齐王、林谢等31位文武官员的大逆罪名，并将这冤情抵传各地。
殿下，陈妃齐王以及嫡系子女的遗骨应该迁入皇陵，恢复林氏宗祠，照例恢复贡享，幸存将士复位复爵，加以赏赐。死难者家属应有礼部给予抚恤。
殿下，首犯下江、谢玉以及从犯若干人，判大逆罪，按律应处以凌迟之刑。只是谢玉已死，不能追究。溧阳长公主首告有功，其族亦可恩宽。
很好。
殿下还有什么吩咐，我们也一应办了。
我打算于后日，在太医皇家寺院设灵坛道场，由陛下率百官亲临致祭，以安亡魂。
陛下同意了？
我刚刚进宫回来，陛下已经同意。你们准备一下吧。
是。
Well done. Well done. Wow. Can't believe we're finally here. I think he covered up Lin Shu's name. Brilliant.
军情紧急，朝廷可动用的兵力是17万，军资装备如何？
殿下，邢台军大约2万人的甲胄不全，现兵部已经备好，很快就能配齐。
那钱粮方面呢？
从接到第1封急报起，臣便开始筹措军资，已经想了几个法子，只要殿下同意，臣便开始实施。
不必细说了，赵准，你加紧办吧。
是。
诸位军侯有何想法？
殿下，如今烽烟乍起，这一时实在是难以全面的应对。臣等还是主和，应先派员前去商谈为好啊。
主和，素来只有文臣主和，武将主战，咱们大梁怎么反过来了？这战事刚起，领兵的军侯就要主和。
郡主，这并非老臣怯战，可这只有区的17万兵，要面对大禹、东海、北燕、夜秦，这兵力实在是不足啊！
兵力并没有什么不足，真正不足的是主帅。只要有堪当大任的主帅，这有限的兵力就能发挥出超常的战力。诸位军侯，现在正是各位为国分忧、建立军功的时候，不知哪位卿家有意请缨呢？诸位军侯，都是我大梁朝廷倚重的高阶武将。当年我改行兵马制的时候，大家的意见不是很多吗？怎么现在都不说话了？冯国公，你说呢？
殿下，臣已经老迈，难当此重任，还请……
那怀义侯呢？
臣也年迈，只要微臣可以做的事情，万死不辞。可是这领兵迎敌，臣实在是心有余而力不足啊。
怀义侯，我还有事要找你呢。你的玉龙马场不是有700多匹马吗？听说还是按照战马的标准驯养的。去年春猎的时候，你还说要王公亲贵、世家子弟都到你的马场来买马。
沈大人，你不说我都忘了。今天早晨我还跟管家说，让他把草场里的所有良马清点一遍，朝廷肯定用得上啊。
微臣家的马场虽没有怀义侯家的大，但也能尽些心力。
好了，各位军侯府上有什么朝廷用得着的东西，下来直接跟沈追说吧。守卫北境的上阳军新败，齐督帅阵亡，军心不稳，朝廷急需一场速胜来稳住大局。所以本宫想，
请殿下三思。如今国事危殆，陛下又郁体不安，正是需要殿下坐镇京师的时候，万万不可轻出啊！
是啊，万万不可呀！
不可呀，殿下！
殿下，沈大人说的对， 东宫乃国之储本，万不可轻出啊！是。
朱清的意思我自然明白。可是，皮之不存，毛将焉附？大梁的生死存亡，岂不比我个人的安危更加重要？
你不能去。不是我信不过这个皇上，是他根本就不能相信。攘外必先安内，你一旦出城，京城必定大乱。这个道理你不明白吗？
这个道理我何尝不懂？可是，
景言，你让我把话说完。
好，你说。
我粗粗排了一下，魏征通晓水战，派他去东海最为合适。夜行只是借选之患，地方军足矣。至于南境对峙之举，只有你亲自回去，才能应付局面，避免南楚妄动，不让朝廷腹背受敌。
霓凰明白，我原本也是这么打算的。其实现在最难的，还是北境。
此次拓跋号率5万铁骑一路狂飙，后备军序一定有问题。
他们的目的，很有可能是取得胜果之后和我们谈判，想取得金银财帛，或者是收回40年前割让给我们的3州之地。
拓跋号此战最主要的目的，是为了让七皇子赢得威望，并没有做持久战的打算。只要我们以快打快，挫其锐气，就一定可以逼他退兵。
要论以快打快，聂风、疾风将军之名可不是浪得的。
其实聂大哥的话，旁人听得不太懂，但是东姐已经听得十分顺畅了。如果让他们夫妇2人同行，再配上几个好的校尉偏将，拓跋号绝对讨不了好。
现在北燕的问题解决了，那么大禹呢？
既然你不能去，我想
不行。
我话还没说完呢。
无论你说什么，我都不会让你带兵出征的。
你现在担心的无非是我的身体。静妃娘娘不是告诉你了吗？我身边还有一个好大夫，这段时间他已经帮我调理的差不多了。更何况，如今的局面，我怎么可能任性逞强？你要相信我。
兄长，
好，如果真是这样，你把那个大夫叫过来。他如果当面跟我说你可以去，我就同意。
马上进入冬季，战场又在北方，你勉强要去，你又能撑几天
？3个月。我知道，魏征带来的冰絮草不能久存，你把它制成冰血丹了是吗？
制成丹药又如何？谁说我要给你用了？
我知道，以你的医术，我根本用不到冰絮丹。如果没有这场危局，或许我可以安稳的度过半年、1年甚至更长的时间。
不是或许，是可以。我知道我可以。旧案已经昭雪，你加给自己的这些重担应该卸下。这个时候考虑一下自己不过分吧？这个世上有很多事情，一桩桩一件件，岂是你一人之力所能尽担的？为什么？为什么你总是在最不应该放弃的时候，偏要放弃？
这不是放弃，而是选择。我已经当了整整13年的梅长苏了。如果到最后我可以回到林殊的结局，回到北境，回到战场，那对我来说是一件幸事。
我不认识林殊，我千方百计让他活下来的那个朋友，不是林殊。你自己也说过，林殊早就死了。为了让一个死人复活3个月，你要终结掉梅长苏吗？
梅长苏的使命已经完成了，可是林殊还有他的职责。如今北境烽火正炽，朝中无将，作为林氏后人，我岂能坐视不理？既然你们千辛万苦地找到了冰絮草，就许我3个月吧。
那3个月之后呢？
3个月之内， 我必定可以平定此乱，重筑北境防线。四战之后，景琰可以重新整治北境军，大梁的军力一定可以恢复到鼎盛时期。
我是说你，3个月之后你呢？这冰絮丹一旦服下去，是可以以药效激发体力，但同时也是毫无挽回余地的绝命毒药。3月之期一到，就是大罗神仙也难多留你1日。那又怎样？
我毕竟是灵叔，虽然13年过去了，可我还是赤焰军的少帅灵叔。我要回去，回到赤焰军当年的战场。我要回去，那才是属于我的地方。
好，选择也罢，放弃也好，这都是你的决定。随便吧。
你去哪里？
朝廷的募兵处应该还没有关门吧？我先去报个名。长苏，我答应过你要陪你走到最后一日。你虽实信，我却不能食言。等有了军职，请梅将军收我当个亲兵吧。
你总说你不认识林叔，我相信你在认识他之后，一定不会失望的。
上一次看他出征没领，我也就你这么大。那时候我以为我的灵叔哥哥是一个往来不败的少年将军，他很快就会回来，会陪在我身边，等我长大，娶我过门。没想到这一分离，竟是13年。
北境是我最熟悉的战场，大禹是我最熟悉的敌人。这13年来，我始终关注着他们的动向。没有人会比我更有制胜的把握。作为一个明君，你要知人善用。此一主帅的不二人选是领叔。
可是13年，13年的分离，对你、对霓凰、对每一个人，都太艰难。只是这一别，又不知何时才能再见。
其实，在很多人眼里， 他重回京城，已经完全变成了另一个人。可是，在我心里，他永远是金陵城内最明亮的那个少年，永远有着一颗九死不悔的赤子之心。我愿意支持他，听从他，让他做他自己想做的事情。你明白吗？
明白。
你明白什么？这次出征，请你一定要在他身边照顾好他。兄长不要忘了，你答应过我，要带我一起寄情山水，周游天下。待战事终了，你一定要先来云南。我知道，兄长胸怀家国。只要天下还有狼烟纷争未了，你我就不能像平常儿女般厮守。
都说圆雪三生，希望来世我们都可以生在平常人家，可以平淡安稳地携手终老。
兄长此诺，来世也一定要记得。
此生一诺，来世必见。
来来来，到祖母这儿来。真乖。
孙儿给皇祖母请安。
在顶神，
快起来吧。
天生哥哥。
哎。
你让哥哥来追我呀！
你慢点儿。
你看呀，这两个孩子玩的多好啊！
你慢点儿。
是啊。
别摔着了。
高公公，因年事已高，该多加件衣裳。您看，起风了。
不是起风了，是在这宫墙内，这风从来就没停过。
奉陛下之命，得众将之力，已将征北驻军和原上阳军全部整编完毕，请陛下为新军赐名。
what can I say? What can I say to do this series justice? You know, what can I possibly say to do this justice? To put into perspective as to what I just watched or what I just finished watching. What can I say? There's not many TV shows that leaves me lost for words. There's not many, you know. And the best thing, and I'll talk about this for a little bit. The best thing about doing reactions, and I know people, you know, they look down on the reaction community, and, you know, even, you know, a few days ago, you know, there was a comment on the channel talking about, oh, we're just trying to make money off of other people's hard work and all of this other stuff. And, you know what I'm saying? Even though the person that actually left that comment is watching reactions, he had a problem with reactions. And I'm just like, why do you watch them? You know, it's just one of those things that why I chose this niche to do in the series, right? That's the reason. It's because of these it's because of these experiences. I've always been an avid watcher of pretty much TV shows, anime. I've always been that guy ever since I was young. To watch TV shows, to watch you know, just media in general. I've always been that guy. You know what I'm saying? It never went away, my desire when it comes on to media, audio visual stuff, you know, TV shows, there's anime, you know, creating media, seeing stuff. As I got older, I got wiser, of course, of breaking down these things and seeing what, you know, the writer is trying to portray, and other aspects as well, just interpreting it from my point of view. And that's one of the greatest things about doing reactions on YouTube, is that you get to experience these things where, you know, otherwise you would only be experiencing it through, you know, sometimes you don't have anybody that's interested in that stuff. This gives me a reason, you know, doing this on YouTube, it gives me a reason to watch other things that I would otherwise, if you suggest it to me, I probably wouldn't watch it. I'm not going to lie. If somebody had suggested this show to me and be like, oh, it's Chinese drama, I probably would have never picked this show up. But because it was suggested through the reaction channel, I gave it a chance, and it's a wow factor, right? All right. Let's talk about Nirvana in Fire. Episodes 1 through 54. I have absolutely no issues with this series. Now, we can go into objective point of views about this show and talk about, you know, things that don't even really matter. I think the story of the show is flawless. The foreshadowing, the things that they brought back around at the end of the story that you never thought would have played a big part and stuff like that. It's classic storytelling, but at the same time, it's always compelling to watch, to read. It's always compelling. It's one of the cemented classic way of writing that no matter how, you know what I'm saying? No matter how you feel about it, you can mess it up. Don't get me wrong, you can mess it up, but done right, it's nothing short of a masterpiece when you hit the right points, you hit the right emotions, you do the right things. The writing is crazy. Everything is just brought together in this project, 1 through 54, as a culmination of great TV. And I am not going to sit here and not say I've been missing out. I have been missing out because I haven't really checked out anything other than anything when it comes on to Asian media. I haven't checked out anything other than anime or video games for that matter. That's the only thing. I've never really checked out their dramas, their TV show, unless it's like movies, like, you know, action movies, you know, your Donnie Yen's, Jackie Chan, stuff like that. That's about it. Never delved into their TV drama content. Never. I've never. This is my first experience into it. I mean, barring Squid Game. Squid Game is pretty new. You know, but I'm talking about, like, you know, I did Squid Game like a month ago. I've been doing Nirvana in Fire since the summer. So this was my first time diving really into a Chinese drama, and I'm highly, highly impressed. I know the suggestions are going to come in. I know you guys are going to say, you should watch this next, and you should watch this next. Send the suggestions. I'm going to have them all on the list. So don't be afraid to put the suggestions in the comment section on what you think I should dive into next. I'm going to be checking out Alice in Borderland next, and then I will return to this, whatever is on this list. There's a couple of movies that I want to see as well. Everybody has suggested Train to Busan, I think it's called. I'm going to be watching that movie as well. But for those of you who don't know about how I do things on the channel here, so let's go over it. I use 3 things to judge. I use 3 things to judge anything that I watch till the end, and I give it a rating, right, out of 10. I use 3 things. I use audio-visual, you know, audio-visual as in cinematography, and audio concluding like original soundtracks, how they use music, how they place music, you know, when they play certain soundtracks and stuff like that, and the story, of course, and also rewatchability. I know I talked about this a little bit a couple of episodes ago, that I hold the rewatchability for this show extremely high. I can definitely see myself, if anybody else on YouTube should ever pick up this show, I would definitely watch their reaction to it to see how they see the show. And I know a lot of people, when you suggest stuff to them, they don't want to dive into it because they're like, oh, I'm not going to get a lot of views. And some people, they're only going to react to stuff that are going to get them views. They do their research. They go on YouTube and they search it and they'll be like, oh, this is a pretty popular show. Oh, okay, I can do it. They're not going to do the stuff like this. They're not going to do the stuff that's don't get a lot of buzz, that a lot of people is not going to watch, especially if it's in a country that you know, they know that it's not going to be public to. I'm not afraid to do these things, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not afraid to go outside the box and pick a show that you don't regularly see, because I've told you guys time and time again, I did not start this channel as a primary objective to get views. I did not do that. I'm here to watch shows and build a catalog. However the channel is after the fact, you get what I'm saying? If it results in, you know, getting a lot of views and getting a lot of recognition, and the channel grows and we get to 10,000 subscribers and we get to 100,000 subscribers and we get to 1 million, then that's just a result of my hard work. I'm putting in the work, right? I'm not saying that I don't appreciate getting views. What I'm trying to say, it's not the priority of this channel. It's never been the priority for this channel to get views. Likes are nice. You get what I'm saying? I encourage you guys to like the videos because that helps the algorithm to put my videos out there a lot more, so other people can see that you're reacting to a certain thing if they're searching for it, right? So I know that when I did Nirvana in Fire, I did the research on it, I SEO'd it and see how many people are actually Googling Nirvana in Fire reactions, and it didn't come back great. It was probably like maybe like 100,000 people, which is very low. If you're SEO in your content, that's extremely low. What are you talking about? If you want to know if a show is popular, millions of people, millions, tens of millions of people searching for that content, right? So 100,000 people per month, that's that's nothing, you know what I'm saying? And I did the research, and I was like, I'm still going to do it, because I do research on every series that I put out on the channel, just to have an idea of how they would do, right? And I said I was going to watch the show no matter what, and it did not disappoint. So as I said before, rewatchability is very high. I don't need to go over that again. Just understand that it's very highly likely that I would watch this show again later on at some point. Maybe even next year I might pick this up and rewatch it to see if I can pick up, you know, some of the foreshadowing and stuff like that. But the combination was great. Audio visual, right? Cinematography, awesome. They did a great job. They had some beautiful shots in this show that I really liked. The locations, really good, shot on location, especially the set pieces for the battles and stuff like that. They did a very good job with those. Music, OSTs, even though, you know what I'm saying, you hear me talk about copyrighted music, it just makes my job harder when I'm editing to put stuff, to put the shorter version on YouTube. That always gives me problems, and that's why you hear me say it's like, stop playing this copyrighted music, because now I have to, sometimes they do it during some very important scenes, and I still have to leave it there and turn the music all the way down so that it can stay there. That just makes my job a little bit harder. Not really complaining, it is what it is, you know. So they did a very good job with music placement. The OSTs, they're really catchy. They stay in your head. Like right now, I could probably hum the entirety of the opening for the series. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gets stuck in your head, and they played a lot during the show as well, not just in the opening. It's like the main theme of the series. There's a couple of songs that I really enjoyed that you guys have also told me that the actor that plays Prince Jing sings it. I think Princess Niwang sings the theme song for her character, and Lin Shu, the theme song that's always playing, I think she's the one that's singing that. So they're all pretty talented actors, so no complaints here when it comes on to music. And of course, we got to talk about the story, that's where the chunk of my review always rely. The story for this series is absolutely brilliant. You know, establishing a character that, you know, I never thought that he would have became the main character off the bat. I thought this story was probably going to be about Prince Yu, to be honest. And it turns out that Mei Changsu, this mysterious character, became my most beloved character in the entire show. And just to see everything that he's been through, just this journey, this mission that he's on to prove his family's innocence and restore the house of Lin, right? It's just one of those things, man, where you kind of wish you had a friend like that can just pull themselves up sometimes, or to help you pull yourself up sometimes, you know what I mean? So it's to the point where I'm looking at this story and I'm like, where is the flaw here? Where is the flaw? What loose end, what plot hole was in this where you could say they missed a beat in the story here? What did they not wrap up by the end? They wrapped up the whole situation with the whole Lin family situation, which was the biggest thing, right? They proved their innocence. That's the biggest thing, right? They also wrapped up the situation. It was a lot. Okay, we'll go through all of that. But they wrapped up a lot of situation, you know, according to the story, right? They did a lot. and they wrapped up a lot. All the foreshadowing stuff, all the things that you thought would have never came back around, they made sure that those things get wrapped up. This whole beast situation, that was what really cemented this series for me, because it's just like the foreshadowing for this, not really telling us who this beast is, who this monster is that is running around there trying to catch. You hear about it every now and then and you're like, why is this so important? You don't know, because you're taking it as just a joke, because the guy that's in charge of it is always joking around, and you didn't realize that it was going to end up being what it is, right? Which is Nia Fung, which is never in a million years that I thought that this beast was going to be something significant, and they brought that around. They resolved the situation with the Emperor, you know, admitting to Prince Yu what happened with the whole Wa family, family. If I don't know how to pronounce it right, but you guys know I've struggled throughout this entire thing calling people's names. So the whole reveal of him being a Yua, you know what I'm saying? It's just all of those things just culminated into this story, that everything was resolute. Everything was resolute at the end. I don't believe there's any plot holes here for me to harp about in this story. Let's talk about the characters for a little bit that played this thing out. Prince Jing, Mei Changsu, or aka Lin Shu, right? You got Princess Niwang. You got Princess Liang. You got the Empress, the first one, the bitch that was adopted, Prince Yu's adopted mom. You got the first crown prince, the Emperor. Even got like so many good characters. Gong Yu, you know, Xia Yu, Xia Jiang, like so many good characters, man. Even the Zhao family earlier on, so many good characters that did their roles so well in the show. Prince Jing being the MVP of the series. He's the MVP. He's not my favorite character, but he's definitely the MVP of the series in my opinion. The reason why I'm giving Prince Jing the MVP of this series is because it's not because he was the main player, right? Because I know you guys are gonna be like, why is Mei Changsu not the MVP for me? The reason why I'm giving Prince Jing the MVP is because I think out of everybody in the series, his acting stood out a lot more to me. I know that the actor that plays Mei Changsu killed the role, but Prince Jing, I don't know, there's just something about this actor that I really resonate with a little bit more than the actor that plays Mei. I don't know if it's expectations, because, you know, we've been so much around. I think the role that Prince Jing played was harder. I think it was a harder role to play than Mei Changsu. Don't get me wrong, Mei Changsu killed it. The acting, you know, for, you know, acting sick, you know, delivering all those great dialogues that he did and everything. And I'm not saying like he's like, you know, Prince Jing is here and he's down, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they're like this. They're like on top of each other, like literally, like, you know, Prince Jing is here, he's here. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. That's just my personal thing about it. You know, I know a lot of people have Mei Changsu, Lin Shu as their favorite character in this show, which he is my favorite character as well. It's just that when I'm talking about acting, performance, I think that Prince Jing, you know, slightly like minuscule better. You know what I'm saying? It's just some of the scenes that Prince Jing was in and the way how he did it, especially when he did a lot of the stuff that he did under duress. A lot of the acting that he did was under duress, with pressure moments where he's display a certain kind of emotions We've just gotten to Mei. Mei is just a chill dude. He's chill. Every now and then his emotions will come out. But for Prince Jing, it was always a roller coaster ride, and to portray the exact emotions that you want in that scene every single time, he was challenged to do that practically in every scene he was in. You know what I'm saying? I think he had a tougher acting role than the actor that played Mei Changsu. That's just my personal opinion, guys. It's not a shot, because you guys know I love the dude. I love the actor that played Mei Changsu. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He had me tearing up for him, and then they got the news that he actually died. It was just, I knew, I've been saying that I knew he was gonna survive the series, and then I changed like a couple episodes ago. I was like, I don't think he's gonna die. And then he ends up dying. They got the news, and that broke me. It broke me because it's one of those things in TV land, man, where you can't escape. Everything about this story was brilliantly done. You guys already know how I feel about Princess Ni Wang. Hands down the most beautiful woman in the show. Fight me. You know what I'm saying? Hands down the most beautiful woman in the show. Consort Jing is up there as well. I think in terms of beautiful woman that's in the show, my top 5 would definitely be Princess Ni Wang. I know this is kind of weird for me to be ranking people like this, but it is what it is. They're my top 5 beautiful women in the show, or my top 5 female actors. Let me say that they're all beautiful. They were all beautiful. We have Princess Ni Wang, we have Ban Ro, we have Princess Liang, we have Consort Jing. Who else did I really like? There was that, I don't remember her name, but she's the Princess Liang's daughter. She died. She was a pretty good looking woman as well. Is her Miss Dong, of course. That's 6, right? I think that's 6. Well, in any case, all the women in the show was beautiful. Even the ones that I hated, they were beautiful. So pretty cool. So take a slight detour there to boost up Princess Ni Wang. You know what I'm saying? Because I literally, I was out here catching feelings, man. I was out here catching feelings for this woman. I was like, God damn. And I looked her up. She's married with kids. I was like, God damn it. I was out here catching feelings, man. I was like, damn. Maybe I could send her a DM. I'm just playing. But it is what it is, man. This story was awesome. From start to finish. I don't think I was bored at any point during this series. It was just that good. The story, what I took most out of this story is when you're on a mission, right? When you're on a mission, you have a goal, right? I was actually talking about this earlier on the stream as well. I don't know if it was because I was watching Nirvana in Fire before I hopped on stream that kind of motivated me, because what I was reading in Hajime no Ippo was actually in line, a little bit talking about goals and how you accomplish goals, and how if that gets taken away, you feel like you don't have a meaning anymore. So not that that's what Nirvana in Fire is about, but when you have a goal in life, trust me, I've seen it in real life where people have a goal and it will keep them alive. I'm talking about people who are diagnosed with cancer, and they have something that they have to do, and they will literally accomplish the goal and then die right after. Like, it's amazing the strength that you can find deep down to survive, to achieve something. It's amazing, and this show portrays it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? I thought he would have died before he left, but it was a good way for them to send him off. It's a storybook ending to send him off to where he was supposed to die, and that was just pretty cool to me. It was a pretty cool ending for his character. It was just great. Seeing him in the uniform again, it's just good stuff, man. Just really good stuff. you know. So that's one of the biggest things that I took away from this, is like sometimes you just got to push a little bit further, you know, to get to your end goal. And the way how he came in and he confused everybody, and he just, you know, working with Prince Jing, I didn't even know, like off the bat, the first time I saw Prince Jing, I messed with him heavy, and I didn't know that he was the end game. You know what I'm saying? So it was like just his attitude, everything about him just oozed. I related to him immediately, because I know, starting from the bottom, being treated like crap just because, you know what I'm saying, you're doing what you're doing and you're humbly doing it, but you're not getting no recognition for what you're doing. I've been in that position so many times in my life. It gets to ridiculous. It gets to the point of ridiculousness. You know what I mean? So I really do appreciated them for doing that, for you know, and then finding out the relationship between Lin Shu and finding out about their relationship from they were younger, and just the whole thing that played out was just well done. I don't necessarily go into a ton of details as in talking about specific episodes and stuff like that in my reviews, guys, so don't be, you know what I'm saying, my reviews are basically just telling you how I feel about the show, and how I felt about, you know, when I watched the show, and what it means to me, what I took from it. Those are the things that I usually talk on. So I'm not going to talk about specific things, like, you know, you know, because some people in reviews, they're like, you should go over this part of it and this part of it. That is not how I do reviews. Okay, I review it so you can understand how I enjoyed it and what it meant to me, what I took from it. What did I take from consuming 54 episodes of a show? That's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so I really enjoyed that they did not hold back on certain things when it comes on to, you know what I'm saying, the martial arts was pretty cool as well. Seeing the fights, it wasn't the main part of the story. It was a little bit of kicking here and there. Was enjoyable nonetheless, but the acting, man, the acting was meticulous. It was damn near flawless. It was not flawless, but it was damn near flawless. Man, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, man. 10 out of 10 is what I give Nirvana in Fire. I'm not, like, you can fight me if you want to, but 10 out of 10, this show, you know, as I said before, people who gave this a 9 out of 10 or a 4 out of 5 or whatever, you need to get your head checked. I'm just kidding. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion and how they felt about the story, because some people will, you know, give something a lower score than what it deserves, because they feel like it wasn't perfect. The show is not perfect, but that is not what I use to judge. Like, it has to hit every single point, and you know, all the scenes got to be great and all of this other stuff. People judge that kind of stuff when they use their rating a lot of time. I don't use that. I'm just saying, was the story compelling? You know what I'm saying? Did it deliver the message it was trying to deliver? Right? Did it do that? Right? Those are the things that I consider when it comes on to this. And of course, you know, the audio visual, that's also, you know, kind of superficial, but I still use it. Rewatchability, you know, if you can go back and watch the show over and over again, and you guys are foolproof of, you know, that this show, the rewatchability for it is very high. So it just goes to me, because sometimes I do watch shows that don't have a high rewatchability. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I would ever watch that show again. So that does happen here on the channel, no doubts. A lot of stuff that I watch on the channel, rewatchability is very low. You know what I'm saying? So for me to come out here and say this, and this is a show that I know for a fact that I would probably watch this again, even by myself, just watching this, maybe just binge watching the episodes. It's just cool. It's just cool. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm gonna say it once again. Thank you guys for coming through for me. It has been an amazing journey for Nirvana in Fire, man. Can't wait to get into another show from over there. Appreciate you guys, man. You guys really showed up, showed out on time, and really made this series something that I could look forward to watch every weekend that I had a chance to watch it. And it was just great. It was just great. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Leave a like on the video. Hopefully you guys that are subscribed to, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you will consider subscribing to the channel. You know what I'm saying, and you know, because we're gonna do more of this stuff, and hopefully you guys stick around and watch other things on the channel as well. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Once again, can't say thanks enough. You know, my gratitude goes out to you guys. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think of Nirvana in Fire as a whole the first time you watched it. Was this a good show for you? You know, do you think, you know, I evaluated the show perfectly? Was my reactions enjoyable for you? Let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Terabyt Reacts, and I will catch you guys for the next one, man. Peace.